On average, Americans spend a jaw-dropping 4.3 years of their lives behind the wheel. That's longer than most college degrees. So clearly, at some time in our lives, we all need to buy, lease, or finance a new car. On average, a car is the second largest expense in a person's lifetime. So it's not just about picking a set of wheels, it's a financial move that can shape your budget for years. However, you're in luck because we'll be discussing the ins and outs of car ownership. So stay tuned. Buying a car. When it comes to getting your own set of wheels, going for outright ownership brings some serious advantages. First off, the car is yours, clear and simple. It's not just a mode of transport, it's an asset that can come in handy down the road. And here's a game changer: no mileage limits. Unlike those who lease, you're not restricted by some mileage cap. You're free to hit the open road without worrying about racking up extra charges. So if you're all about road trips or you've got a hefty commute, this could be a major win for you. Another major perk is the personal touch. When you own a car, it's like having a blank canvas. Want to paint it neon green? Go for it. Flashy plush leather seats? You got it. This ride becomes an extension of you. It's not just a car, it's a statement. But of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There's the initial sticker shock. Buying a car means shelling out a chunk of change up front. It's not just about the price tag, but also taxes, registration fees, and maybe even a down payment. So you've got to be financially ready for that. Then there's the D word, depreciation. It's like a silent thief that sneaks in the moment your new car hits the pavement. The value drops and keeps dropping. While it levels out over time, it's something to keep in mind, especially if you're thinking about selling down the line. And don't forget the upkeep. You're the captain of this ship, which means you're in charge of the maintenance. Oil changes, tire rotations, and unexpected repairs. They're all part of the package deal. Budgeting for this regular TLC ensures your ride stays smooth and reliable. So there you have it. Owning a car is like having the keys to your own kingdom. It's freedom, it's a statement, but it's also a financial commitment. The choice is yours, and now you've got the lowdown on what it really means to own your set of wheels. Hey, before you make your decision, you might want to wait a little to listen to the perks of the other options. But if you've enjoyed this video so far, give us a thumbs up by subscribing to our channel. Now let's roll into the world of leasing. Leasing a car. Leasing is like having a fling with a car. It's all about enjoying the ride without a long-term commitment. You get a new set of wheels without breaking the bank up front. But there are some limits, especially when it comes to mileage. It's like dating a car, and you get to enjoy the perks without the lifelong commitment. First up is the cash situation. Leasing hits you with way lower upfront costs. You don't need a hefty down payment, which means more cash in your pocket right now. And those monthly payments? They're a lot lighter on the wallet compared to buying a car. Next, we've got the new car smell on repeat. Leasing gives you the chance to roll in the latest models more frequently. No need to stick with one car for ages. You can switch it up every few years, always cruising in style. And maintenance? You can say goodbye to those worries. With a lease, many repairs might just be covered. That means fewer surprise bills for you. It's like having a car that comes with its own warranty, taking a load off your plate. Now here's the part that might give you pause: mileage restrictions. When you lease, there's a cap on how far you can go in a year. Go over, and you'll be handing over some extra cash. So if you're a road trip warrior or have a hefty commute, you might need to think this one through. Equity? Well, that's not really a word in the leasing dictionary. When you're in a lease, you're not building any ownership equity in the car. It's like renting a self-service apartment. You get to enjoy it, but you won't own it when the lease is up. And finally, the long-term game. Leasing can end up costing more in the long run compared to buying. While those monthly payments might be lower, they add up over time. Plus, you don't have anything to show for it at the end of the lease. And remember, you won't be building up any car ownership street cred. It's a choice that fits some lifestyles like a glove, but not everyone's. If you don't think these two options suit your fancy, hold on a little. We have one more option for you. But first, give that cute little subscribe icon a general tap. Financing a car. This is like the middle ground between owning and leasing. First up, you're building equity. Every month you make a payment, you're inching closer to owning that car outright. It's like paying off a mortgage on a house, but with a car. Eventually, you'll have full ownership and all the perks that come with it. Now let's talk about flexibility. Financing gives you a range of options to suit your budget and preferences. You can choose different loan terms, down payment amounts, and interest rates. It's like tailoring a suit. You get to pick what fits you best. And here's a big win: no mileage restrictions. Just like when you buy a car, you're not confined by any annual mileage caps. You can hit the road as much as you want without worrying about extra charges. It's your car, your road, your rules. Now let's talk about the fine print. Interest rates and loan terms play a big role in the overall cost of the vehicle. A higher interest rate means you'll end up paying more over the life of the loan, and the length of the loan term can affect your monthly payments. A longer term might mean lower payments, but you'll end up paying more in interest. Then there's the down payment and those monthly installments. The size of your down payment can impact your monthly budget. A bigger down payment might mean lower monthly payments. It's a bit like choosing between a smaller mortgage payment or a bigger one, depending on what you're comfortable with. Lastly, it's time to take on the role of captain. When you finance, you're responsible for all the maintenance and repairs. Unlike leasing, where some of this might be covered, it's all on you. Regular maintenance and unexpected repairs fall under your domain. So financing is like a sweet spot. You're building equity, you've got some flexibility in how you structure your deal, and you can hit the open road as much as you want. But it's not without its considerations. Interest rates, down payments, and maintenance all come into play. It's about finding the right balance that suits your lifestyle and budget. Speaking of finding what suits you and your drive, your personal preferences and lifestyle. This is where the rubber meets the road, quite literally. First off, think about how you roll. Are you the kind who likes to switch cars as often as your playlist? Leasing might be your jam. On the flip side, if you're into it for the long haul and want to put down roots with your car, buying or financing might be more your speed. It's like finding the one and sticking with them through thick and thin. Are you looking for something that won't break the bank every month? Leasing usually means lower monthly payments compared to buying or financing. It's like going for the budget-friendly option at a fancy restaurant. On the other hand, if you're playing the long game and want to build equity, buying or financing might be the way to go. It's like investing in real estate. It'll pay off over time. And what about your long-term plans? Are you thinking about having a set of wheels that you can eventually call your own? Buying or financing is like planting roots in a community, knowing you'll be there for the long haul. But if you're all about change and want a fresh start every few years, leasing might fit like a glove. To make it more realistic and practical, imagine Sarah. She's a freelance photographer, always on the move for her next gig. Leasing gives her the flexibility to have a reliable set of wheels without the long-term commitment. It's like having a trusty sidekick that's there for the adventure. Now meet Mark and Lisa. They're a couple with 2 kids, soccer practices, and weekend getaways on their agenda. They decided to finance their SUV. It's like having a reliable family member that's always got their back. They're building equity, and they know this car is part of their journey for the long haul. These are just a couple of real-life examples to show you how your lifestyle and preferences can steer you in a certain direction. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's finding what matches your beat, what suits your groove on the road of life. While making your choice, you also need to consider how often you're going to be hitting the road. Are you the type who's practically married to your car? Using it for everything from daily commutes to weekend getaways? If so, buying or financing might be your sweet spot. But hold on, maybe you're more of a weekend road tripper or urban adventurer. Leasing could be your thing. It's like having a ride that's perfect for the occasional getaway without a long-term commitment. You get to switch it up and keep things fresh, kind of like having a rotating cast of co-pilots for your adventures. So when you're making this decision, don't just think about the dollars and cents. It all boils down to your rhythm and your vision for the future. Are you looking for a steadfast partner in your day-to-day, or something a bit more adaptable for life's twists and turns? That's what'll guide you on this journey of picking the perfect ride. Consider how you want to roll, what fits your budget, and where you see yourself in the long run. After all, this is about more than just a car. It's about finding the perfect partner for your journey. Are you someone who craves the thrill of a new ride every few years, or do you see your car as a long-term companion for life's adventures? When you picture your future, do you envision a car that's fully yours, or one that offers flexibility and easy transitions? Let us know in the comments section. You can hit that subscribe button below to join our community for expert advice and exclusive updates on anything finance. Your dream ride might just be a click away.